It's not on a website?
No, no.
Okay. All right. Email it, and we'll keep going through what we're going through, and send it to Pipeline for me, and I think I can pull it down. I mean, look how cute Art Sharks is, right? I mean, and as you move through these, your body kind of feels a sigh. I actually think this one is lovely, right? It's lovely. It accomplishes so very much. And this one I drive past every day on Main Street where I live. And there you can all see the 31 and 31 flavors, right? Yeah. What's that? It was their first gimmick. They started like when I was a little kid, so they've been around a really long time. And they had 31 flavors. I don't know, I've never counted them, but that's their gimmick. And then I think this is I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this, but I think it's an unattractive logo. And when they released the logo, I thought, really? That's what they switched from? It's really not very attractive to me. And then I thought, oh, okay, they put the 3-1. Aren't they clever? But it's still ugly, right? I mean, that was kind of my take on it. But I never knew this about Sony Vaio. I mean, analog, digital. Does anybody understand analog and digital symbols? No? Not me. This one I think is very clever for Goodwill. It's the G and the face, right? I'm not very impressed. The C is supposed to look like a tire. Yeah. Kirsten, I agree with you. It's like what, right? Yeah. This one I love, love, love. I don't know what 8 is. And here's the other problem is, I don't know what 8 is. And I'm a really big believer that a logo should let us know what the company is, what it's about. I think it's a clever use of words, but I don't know what the company is. And it doesn't give me insight. Pretty cute. And everybody knows the Amazon logo metaphor, right? Everything from A to Z with a smile in it. You didn't know that? Oh, all right. Then I guess I'll keep going on this. Yeah, it's really smart, right? Really, really clever. And a sense of humor to me. There's humor in this. So it looks very corporate. It's solid. It's a clean font. It's got a good foundation. You see the word Amazon, and then .com is a lighter weight, so it's secondary. But you also see the arrow getting things places because Amazon's totally online. Now they have brick and mortar stores, but it's totally online. So like FedEx has an arrow to get things to you. Amazon has an arrow to get things to you. And they have an arrow to get things to you with a smile, everything from A to Z. And they have a sense of humor because the Z got bumped up by the arrow and the smile, right? Which kind of makes me think of the corners of the mouth going up. Maybe that's a stretch. Who knows? Sean says it's okay. Go for it.
The smile for Amazon is a stretch.
Oh, I don't know. They made my life easier. Here you go. The Guild of Food Writers. That's combining tools, right? Combining your tools. And that's why I think the most clever logos have meaning behind them. They tell a story. They help you understand the story. And you guys get to decide what the story is. So here's the symphony. And this one's hard to find, I think, but it's a conductor with a baton being waved. Can you see it now? Right. And, here's the story. So here's NBC. All of you probably grew up on it, right? And I certainly grew up on NBC. And I watched, it was enthralling. I'd watch the peacock feathers open up and just fan out. And when you think of a peacock, you kind of sit taller, you think more regal, and the color is beautiful. And this logo showed up. Oh my God, I'm going to say these words. And this logo showed up from NBC when television went from black and white to color, right? And you don't know black and white television except for you like dig around and see really old vintage movies that have now been colorized, right? But I just think the way things show up, they're amazing. It's really, really great to tell a story. And sometimes the stories aren't so pronounced. They're not necessarily an image. They might be simply something like this, Sun Microsystems, where the little symbol is a repeat of the word sun. And if I were probably designing the logo for Sun Microsystems, you'd bet I'd have some yellow thing going on and I'd have something spherical in there. But that would be me, which is kind of overstating the obvious. It's not what they chose, which is curious. I don't know why, what the why behind it, but oh, this is a chip. Here it is. This is supposed to be a microchip, and it's the microchip that spells sun. And that's probably as simple as Garamond italic, paired with, I don't know, it even looks like Myriad to me.
Arial.
Yeah. What's that?
Said it does look Myriad.
It doesn't? Yeah. Yeah.
So for something like NBC, where I think it's this, where they just use the peacock
Yeah.
image, sometimes not NBC on the bottom, would we do something similar?
Yes.
Okay.
You absolutely can. That's why I was saying earlier, you dictate it. You dictate it. You decide, because what you might decide, for example, being that you're an outdoor company or you want to charm people with that grandeur and beauty, maybe your bigger logo needs to show something that makes me like my heart yearn.
Yeah.
But then that heart yearning image might be too much image for my pen, and you might need something very different. So you're going to decide in your style guide how that's used.
But still like similar.
Oh, definitely similar.
Just like
Not
variation.
yes, just a variation. So Tublerone, I don't know that I've ever seen them separate, to be honest. I've seen this thing get smaller and smaller and smaller. Like if you think of those little candy bars, and I don't know that I've ever seen it separated. It's a chocolate company, yeah. And it's Swiss chocolate, I think. And in there, in here, there's a bear. Can you see that in the mountain? So, should I make it bigger? And it's subtle. I don't know why there needs to be bear in the mountain of the company, but it's kind of fun. Yeah, John.
Look at AT&T, you go to an AT&T store, it doesn't say AT&T anywhere. It's just that swirly globe.
Oh, well, and you guys, your companies, John's absolutely right. Your companies aren't, like if I say Bank of America to you, or you might know that patchwork Bank of America flag looking square thing. I don't know. But your companies aren't known yet. So with your logo, so you're going to have all those variables. So fork, jug, wine bottles. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Bo.
The top around there is the symbol of the city where the chocolate is produced.
What city?
Bern.
Oh, the capital of Switzerland. Yeah, beautiful. And does that mean bear? Bern? Oh.
Or I don't know if it means something.
Oh, beautiful. I'll have to go there. So that's kind of beautiful. You see that elephant trunk, right? This apparently was the first commercially designed ambigram, which is a reversible logo. It was designed in 1969. The other thing about logos is I think it's really important that you design a logo that has a lifetime to it, right? That won't get dated. That's kind of lovely, right? I don't know that there's a company called BirdLove, but somebody liked the logo, and so they made the name of the company, right? I think this one's really clever. What if it was called George Electric? He'd be so out of luck, right? Yeah, exactly. It's exactly it. Change the name. Or Blade. I don't know that that's a company, but, right? And think how easy this logo is. So this is logo type and a symbol, right? I mean, it's very clever. So I wanted you to get inspired. There's 51 here on this one, it's called Night Golf, which I think the type is terrible. Handy Dog is what it's called. And that's clever, Circus of Magazines. I've seen this one, Piano Forest. And this, every student pulls up in typography as an example of title with type. And if you click on See More, it'll take you to another set of creative logos. So this is a wonderful link. But the idea is that it inspires you and helps you think things through. So don't rely so much on your type. Rely on your sketches and your brainstorming. Look at your mind mapping to figure out what it is that gets you ready. And then the parameters for this are very specific for the assignment, which is exactly what you just looked at right here, creating the logo. And you might eventually tweak it some, but I want you to arrive next week with your 3 final digital choices, okay? And as you know, each of you should have a design brief now that's very branded, and you have master pages so you're not recreating the wheel, and all content goes in it. And you have not in the past been graded on your presentation in a design brief, because I feel like you were just gathering information and developing your design brief, but now how you present your PDF, that it's formally set up in your design brief, is really important. And if I were you, I would just keep adding to one master document and add your pages and export whatever number of pages for this portion of the assignment from your design brief. And you might have section dividers with a page in between that just introduces a new subject, because by the end of the semester, your design brief will be the container for everything you've done all semester long, and you'll submit that in one final upload. You're getting graded on everything benchmarky, but you'll get one final upload. So are there questions about your logo design now? Make sure that you've got your mission statement in mind and your ideas. I don't know how you guys are feeling about working on the stuff outside of class. I'm going to stop lecturing now, and you can use lab time in the class. If you want me to review your design briefs, if you want to talk about your company's story, if you're having trouble developing that, I want to have lab time for you so you can think about it. Would you like me to create a discussion page for logos so while we're not in class, you can post and get feedback this week? Is that a yes? I got a 1 yes.
You might as well just do it.
May as well just do it. There you go. That's positive thinking. So what I'm going to do here instead is at the top of the home page, I'll make a discussion, and I'm just going to call it Help, Give Me Feedback. How's that? Does that work? Something like that? All right. I won't call help maybe, but all right, I will create it.
I realized I did have a logo that had a story behind it if you did want to look at it.
Yeah, tell us.
Actually, like,
Where would I find it?
I sent it to your...
Oh, to my Gmail. And I'm happy to talk about mine, but I figure you guys are pretty tired of hearing me talk, so I don't need to talk about it. But
I think it's your school one.
yeah, that's what I need.
Oh, sorry.
But all logos I've designed start with a story. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's talk about it.
So
Have a seat.
Ryman Ranch they grow oranges, and they're also kind of into riding horses and stuff. So, and they're out in Fillmore, and a lot of the Fillmore ads that you see out there are kind of that classic,
Fruit grape.
fruit grape type of thing. And so the logo, the Ryman Ranch, I kind of tried to make that a little bit cowboy. And then the orange was a little bit in the, not quite, but a little bit in the style of that type of thing that's out in Fillmore. And
How's it used?
how's it used? Hats and T-shirts.
Okay. So it's their brand. Do they put it on cartons?
No, because they actually sell all of their. It was more for fun because they're friends of mine, and they thought, "Oh, you have to make a logo, use us."
Right.
But they sell all their stuff to a packing house, and the packing house sends it out
Right.
under the name of
Whatever.
Sunkiss
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They broker it.
But so, I mean, I guess it's a little bit of the story.
So where'd you
thing.
get the cowboy? No, it's your story. It
Yeah.
is a story. It's cowboy-y. It's located in Fillmore. It has to feel a little vintage. It has to feel a little classic.
I made it.
And you made it.
The-
Oh, you drew the font?
I drew the font. Yeah.
Okay. So nobody else is going to be able to replicate that font. So that's wonderful.
I couldn't even do it again.
Yeah, right. What we do. So, so I leave it to you. I leave it to you to gather inspiration and all that. And we'll use now for lab time. Does that work for everybody? Are there any questions about where we're headed, what we need, what we're doing? Okay. Then use your time now, however you desire. Yes, Almondine.
Just personal.
Personal. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop our video, and we will see you next week with your 3 logos for your company.